Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, if you need to just make a noise at any point in the service, it is contemplative, but also if you feel like a live wire, do what your body needs to do. Is it just me? No, I don't think. It's all of us. But welcome here in the sanctuary and those who are joining us from your many homes to our service of centering on this night before the election. I'm Reverend Molly Landers-Hatt. I'm one of the pastors here. And tonight the service will be co-led by Paul Michalek, who really put this service together. So some gratitude to Paul for come on in, take a seat wherever, for coming up with this service. And noticing a need for this, and then saying, and I'll be willing to help. So thank you, Paul, and of course to Alan and Nick and Rob as well. We truly hope that this is a time and a place where you might find some peace, where you may find God's comfort and a place to lay your fears and your frustrations down. This service is in the style of Taizé worship. Taizé is a community in France founded in the 1940s by Brother Roger. It seeks to be a place of healing and wholeness, especially within the divisions of Christianity. Taizé, so relevant back then and today, yeah. Taizé is a worshiping community with special opportunities for youth and young adults. It's a community where worship is the heartbeat, a type of worship that inspires our service today. Taizé music is simple so that it may be repeated, so that we may let the music overtake us, and you'll get to experience that multiple times this evening. There will be a few readings and space for silence. And do not fear, Paul and I will bring you out of the silence. And if you're not used to practicing silence, and silence is something that takes practice, simply pay attention to your breath in and out. There are also candles in the back and candles in the front where you can light at any point. And just take the little stick, light it from one of the candles that's already lit. And when you're done, you can just blow out the little wick, or pass it to someone behind you if someone is behind you.
Good evening, and what a blessing to be sharing this time in this space with all of you. So our theme for this service is centering into divine presence. Centering into divine presence. Turmoil and change seems like a normal aspect of modern life. The cost of living is in flux. The climate crisis is spawning more and more severe weather events, including hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and droughts. The number and severity of deaths due to firearms is on the rise. And we are mindful in our gut and in our head that tomorrow is election day. What will the new day bring? What will happen post-election? Will healing follow or continued turmoil, fear, and violence? What does our Christian faith and the abiding presence of the divine provide in this moment? Tonight, in this theme of centering into the divine presence, tonight is about leaning into the gifts of our faith.
So these are the central themes and questions you're invited into in this Taizé-style service. And we truly hope and pray that this will offer a time for some space for rest and renewal, that the words and the silence and the music and the repetition of singing will soothe you and inspire you. Most of all, we hope and pray that you will feel a deepening connection to God, the center of all life, and an abiding presence through all forms of human disaster and calamity.
You will, or maybe you have noticed, there is no printed bulletin for this service. All the words that you need will be on the screen. But throughout the service, as Molly noted, take the space and time you need to sit, to light candles at the back or at the front, to write or draw, to breathe, to pray, to be present in this community of faith and the divine presence surrounding and holding us. Speaking of breath, I'm going to invite us into 3 breaths, and there are no right or wrong ways to breathe, just simple act of breathing. Breathing is well known as a source of healing. Breathing is God's divine wisdom throughout the world. And the first breath is what I would call a settling breath, to transition from the outer world into this sacred space in our time together. So as you breathe, just breathe in and allow the fullness of your body, your spirit, your intellect to move from out there, to move into this sacred space. Just to breathe in and to breathe out. The second breath is the centering breath. To center into your soul, to feel the eternal presence of the Spirit. So as you breathe in, feel the Spirit in the center of your chest moving out to your fingertips, to your toes, to the top of your head. Just center into the fullness of your Spirit. Breathe in and to breathe out. Third breath is the connecting breath. To feel the loving presence of this congregation, to feel the eternal, everlasting presence of God in your soul, in this place, and out in the wider world. So as you breathe in, feel those connections to those next to you, those outside, those beyond, just to breathe in and breathe out. So the 3 breaths of settling, centering, and connecting will be the arc of our time together tonight.
And as we begin, let us take a moment here in the sanctuary or in your many homes to connect with one another, to acknowledge the divine in one another, the Christ light in one another, with the passing of the peace. So I invite you, as you pass the peace this evening, to share the greeting, "You are God's beloved," with one another. Or if you say peace be with you because you do, that's okay too. So peace be with you, or "You are God's beloved." Let us greet one another.
I will invite you into experiencing the first theme of tonight, which is the settling theme. And just a reminder that the flow for each of these different themes will be a reading, and then music, and then an extended period of silence, and Molly or I will bring you out of that silence, so you don't need to worry about that. And just a reminder that Jesus often spent long hours and days in nature silent, just listening and being present to his own inner wisdom, to his heart, to the divine wisdom of the natural world. So silence, as evident in this service, is a normal part of our Christian tradition. So let us move into a deep experience of settling. And let me begin with a poem on transitions by the poet David White, titled Lost. Stand still. The trees ahead and the bushes beside you are not lost. Wherever you are is called here. And you must treat it as a powerful stranger, must ask permission to know it and be known. The forest breathes. Listen. It answers. I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here. No two trees are the same to raven. No two branches are the same to wren. If what a tree or a bush does is lost on you, you are surely lost. Stand still. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you.
Be still and
Our second theme is centering. And we will experience that through a reading, through music, and then through silence again. Listen to these words by D.H. Lawrence, entitled, "Go Deeper Than Love." Go deeper than love, for the soul has greater depths. Love is like the grass, but the heart is deep wild rock, molten yet dense and permanent. Go down to your deep old heart and lose sight of yourself, and lose sight of me, the me whom you turbulently loved. Let us lose sight of ourselves and break the mirrors, for the fierce curve of our lives is moving again into the depths, out of sight, into the deep living heart.
Upon my heart and live in
Our third theme tonight is connecting to self, to others, to this place, to the divine, to that which is bigger than self and self-knowing, to the more than human world. We'll start with a reading, move into music, in silence and the time to listen to the wisdom beyond words. The reading is from Psalm 40, which is a psalm of thanksgiving for deliverance and a prayer for help. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. The Lord drew up from the desolate pit out of the miry bog and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. The divine put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Happy are those who make the Lord their trust, who do not turn to the proud, to those who go astray after false gods. You have multiplied, O Lord my God, your wondrous deeds and your thoughts towards us. None can compare with you. Were I to proclaim and tell them, they would be more than can be counted. I have not hidden your saving help within my heart. I have spoken of your faithfulness and your salvation. I have not concealed your steadfast love and your faithfulness from the great congregation. Do not, O Lord, withhold your mercy from me. Let your steadfast love and your faithfulness keep me safe forever. For evils have encompassed me without number. My iniquities have overtaken me until I cannot see. They are more than the hairs of my head, and my heart fails me. Be pleased, O God, to deliver me, O divine. Make haste to help me. Let all those who put to shame and confusion, who seek to snatch away my life, let those be turned back and brought to dishonor who desire my hurt. Let those be appalled because of their shame who say to me, aha, aha. But may all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who love your salvation say continually, great is the divine. As for me, I am poor and needy, but the Lord takes thought for me. You are my help and my deliverer. Do not delay, O my God.
Grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline your ear to us, and grant us your peace. Hear our prayer, O God. Incline
We have settled. We have centered in God. We have connected to ourselves, to the divine, to one another. Hear these words as a benediction and blessing. And you are invited to stay in this space as long as you may need. And as you exit, we invite you to exit in the silence, at least in this space. You can break silence out in the narthex, but we invite you to leave in silence. But please stay and do and tend to yourself and your spirit as you need in this space. Hear these words of benediction and blessing from May Sarton. Return to the most human. Nothing less will nourish the torn spirit, the bewildered heart, the angry mind, and from the ultimate duress, pierced with the breath of anguish, speak of love. Return to the deep sources. Nothing less will teach the stiff hands a new way to serve, to carve into our lives the forms of tenderness and still that ancient necessary pain preserve. Return to the most human. Nothing less will teach the angry spirit, the bewildered heart, the torn mind, to accept the whole of its duress and pierced with anguish, at last, act for love.